My fiancée had been in love with her first love for 5 years. The day before our wedding, they hugged at her bachelorette party. She said it was to leave no regrets for her youth. I immediately called off the engagement. She cried in confusion. It was just dinner. Why are you overreacting? I replied, since you're still clinging to your past, I'll wish you eternal happiness together. You're free now. The day before the wedding, I triple-checked every detail. Rose petals only, no lilies or carnations since Ivy is allergic. Custom orthopedic insoles for her heels. With backups in the car. She'd be standing for hours greeting guests. The mini cakes are ready, right? Brides barely eat all day. Make sure they're dairy-based, cream plant-based upsets her stomach. Only when everything was confirmed did I finally relax. Lying in bed, I stared at the crimson double happiness paper cuts on the windows, listening to laughter from the other room. Tomorrow, I'd marry Ivy. What was she doing now? I texted her, but got no reply. Scrolling through social media, I saw her best friend's post. Last wild night before my girl gets hitched. Hashtag no regrets. The first 8 photos showed Ivy goofing around with her bridesmaids. I smiled, imagining her sleepy face when I carried her out tomorrow. Then I swiped to the 9th photo. My vision darkened like I'd been clubbed. There they were, Ivy leaning back against the table. Lips parted, eyes glazed, inches from her face. A man's profile. Ethan, her college crush. His hands gripped her waist as red neon lights bathed them in intimate glow. It looked like a trashy romance movie poster. My palms stung. Only when warm liquid dripped onto the sheets did I realize my phone's metal edge had cut through skin. The post disappeared as I refreshed. Calls to Ivy went unanswered. Her friend picked up. Voice shaky. We're just having dinner. Location. Now. Is he still there? Silence. Then Ivy's drunken giggle in the background. Your turn. Who's that? Work stuff. The friend lied. Phone's dying. $10,000. I said. The line went quiet. What the hell are you doing? Who do you take me for? $30,000. Plus all that guy's information. But you can't tell anyone I tipped you off. I grunted in agreement. Moments later, my phone started buzzing nonstop with notifications. There was Ivy's secret Twitter account. Scrolling through her feed, I noticed she updated obsessively every meal, outing, or book she read got its own post. Under each update were Ethan's comments. Ivy frowny face, winter's coming. Time to knit my special someone a scarf. Ethan frowny face, got the scarf. But she's home. Can't come get it. Ivy frowny face, humph. You're lost then. My fingers tightened around the blue scarf she'd given me last birthday, claiming she'd spent 2 months knitting it, turning it inside out near my embroidered name. I found faint stitch marks spelling Ethan. All this time I'd thought her clumsy with needles. Turns out I was just Ethan's leftovers. Ivy frowny face, made wishes at the temple today. Buddha bless. Ethan frowny face, what did you wish for? Spill. Ivy frowny face, your biggest fantasy. Wink with tongue sticking out. Ethan frowny face, stargazing in Sahara Desert. Ivy frowny face, bingo. Claim your kiss reward. My chest constricted remembering our 3rd anniversary at that same temple. My prayer card had vowed eternal love to the girl beside me before all deities. Hers wished to watch stars in Sahara with my soulmate. I tried planning that trip multiple times. She always complained about being tired. Not that she didn't want to go, she just didn't want to go with me. Valentine's Day 2021. COVID lockdown trapped me in quarantine hotel. Ivy sulked for days about ruined plans. Took me a week to appease her. Now I found her post from that day, mirror selfie kissing Ethan. Our bedroom, headboard visible. Caption, real love means throwing caution to the wind. Fucking hell. Twitter alerted new activity. Refresh showed Ivy's latest post, her clinging to Ethan with caption, saying goodbye to my shooting star. Ethan commented, hope he treats you right. Clicking her main account still showed our wedding photos with blessed and peaceful captions. Rage vibrated through my bones. Murderous impulses towards these cheating bastards surging. That's when Ivy finally remembered her actual husband. The notification popped up, voice message. Sorry, babe. Fell asleep earlier. He feigned a groggy morning voice. I didn't want to imagine how many times Ivy had deceived me like this. I said, there's something I want to discuss with you. What? My first love heard we're getting married and wants to meet for dinner. Just a quick catch-up. Half-hour max. Can I go? Go ahead. I dare you. Her voice rose sharply. If you leave today, I'll file for divorce tomorrow. We're done. Go chase your precious first love. So you do understand this is wrong. Then why was it acceptable when you did it? I texted frowny face, got it. I won't go. What about you? If your first love contacted you, would you meet them? After a long pause, Ivy replied, what are you talking about? Of course not. We haven't seen each other in years. I can barely remember his face. Really? Can someone you obsess over daily become so forgettable? Maybe I should refresh your memory. My childhood friend pushed open the door. There you are? Everyone's waiting for the groom at dinner. I looked up, about to ask him to go first. His expression shifted dramatically. Holy shit. Jake, your eyes are bloodshot. Checking my phone's reflection, I saw my face flushed and swollen, veins bulging on my forehead. I can't go, I rasped, my voice trembling uncontrollably. The groomsmen crowded in. Concerned, I waved them off. Just let me be alone. Tell them I fell asleep. And don't mention this to my parents. They complied, knowing me since childhood. When the door closed, bitter anguish drowned me. My heart tore itself apart. Memories flashed like a movie reel. You've been acting this whole time. My trust was your plaything. Our love story always had a ghost in the shadows. I lay corpse-like for hours until dawn's light revived me. The bedside wedding portrait mocked me today's supposed joy now burned my eyes crimson. I smashed the frame. Opening the bathroom door, I found my friends camped outside all night. Their worried faces turned to me. Jake, talk to us. One ventured. We've been through everything since diapers. Let's handle this together. Need cash? Another offered. Got $2,000 saved for a new GPU. Yours if you need it. Moved beyond words. I tossed them my phone. See for yourselves. 10 minutes later, they stared at each other, swearing under their breaths. So what now? The brotherhood who always urged patience during Ivy's tantrums now hesitated. The unspoken truth hung heavy, even they couldn't justify this betrayal. What do you think I should do? I sneered, pulling a beer from the fridge. The icy liquid burned through my veins as I chugged it. Clarity hitting like a freight train. We're going after them. Yeah, we're gonna wreck those cheating bastards. My boys surged to their feet at 5 o'clock in the morning, cursing colorfully. My wedding ceremony would begin in under an hour, more than enough time. I downloaded the incriminating videos, edited the juiciest clips, instructed the hotel staff to alter the schedule, and hired local influencers for live coverage. A minor hiccup occurred when Ivy's parents called demanding extra red envelopes for their large group of door-blocking relatives. Typical Peter's family posturing, they'd clearly bragged about their wealthy son-in-law relatives. Perfect. Let them keep pretending. The cringeworthy door games weren't worth mentioning. By the time Ivy and I stood greeting guests at the hotel entrance, her nonstop complaints had already begun. My feet are killing me, she whined. I haven't eaten all day. Can't you suck it up? I snapped. Her eyes widened, lip trembling dramatically as she grabbed my arm. What's your problem? I shook her off just as Ethan approached with that slimy grin of his. Their eyes locked in some pathetic soap opera moment. You look stunning today, Ivy, Ethan purred, pulling her into a hug. His gentle manly hand stayed shoulder height, while the other slid under her dress to pinch her thigh. Long time no see, Ethan, she simpered, batting her eyelashes. Disgusting. Flirting at her own wedding. My phone buzzed. My buddy texted that Ethan's fiancée Sophia and his boss were en route. Turns out this pretty boy got his job through his future father-in-law, who's bringing 8 bodybuilders to Mojave words with him. Now that's entertainment. So you're the famous Jake. Ethan extended his hand with fake warmth, squeezing harder than necessary. I asked Ivy loud enough for nearby guests to hear. Who's this again? My, college friend I told you about? She flushed crimson. You're not mad, are you? Ethan chuckled patronizingly. Come on, man. We were kids. Just some silly crush she had. You're not threatened by ancient history, right, Jake? Wouldn't dream of it. I smiled, crushing his fingers in my grip. The reception hall's chandeliers blazed as robotic wedding music swelled. Standing stiffly at the altar, I stared blankly at the crowd. Let the show begin. The wedding officiant's voice boomed painfully loud. As the grand doors swung open, applause erupted. Ivy glided down the aisle in her wedding gown. This was the moment when the bride's father traditionally entrusts his daughter to the groom, a symbolic gesture I found laughable. What a load of crap. This was clearly garbage disposal masquerading as tradition. I'm deeply honored you've all come to celebrate my daughter's union, Mr. Peters declared, clutching Ivy's hand. I've always taught Ivy that while academic success isn't everything, moral character is paramount. The strict upbringing shows. The officiant interjected. Absolutely. Mr. Peters thrust his thumb up proudly. I may not claim perfection in other areas, but when it comes to integrity, my Ivy's top-notch. The officiant smiled. We can all see how proud you are. Now, let's have you place your daughter's hand in her beloved's care. Mr. Peters turned to me. Jake, take good care of my girl. Tears shimmered in Ivy's eyes as our gazes met. We'd rehearsed this scene countless times during our engagement. She used to tease that she'd never let me live it down if I cried during the ceremony. Well, Ivy, no tears now. Not even a flicker of emotion as our hands nearly touched. Suddenly, the venue plunged into darkness. Gasps rippled through the crowd as the massive center screen flickered to life, broadcasting my carefully curated gift security footage from her bachelorette party. There, under crimson lights, a thoroughly wasted Ivy locked lips with Ethan while their drunken friends chanted kiss. Kiss. True love wins. The raucous recording contrasted brutally with the tomb-silent wedding venue. I watched, grinning, as Ivy's face drained of color, her entire body trembling. Modern society has this twisted logic: if you get cheated on, it's your fault for being inadequate. Like blaming robbery victims for not hiding their wallets well enough. Screw that. I didn't break any vows. My only mistake was trusting the wrong person. Let the world know. Let everyone see. Turn it off. Ivy finally choked out. When no one moved, she turned to me with tear tracks glistening. Please make it stop. Below the stage, two childhood friends dragged a dazed Ethan up the steps. I gracefully yielded my position beside the trembling bride, leaving space for her true soulmate. To youth, I raised my champagne flute. To youth, 7 or 8 childhood friends hoisted their glasses in boisterous unison. To love, Ivy and I declared simultaneously through the video call. To love, the groomsmen roared back, smashing liquor bottles against the table. Golden liquid cascaded over their formal wear. To their eternal happiness, I added, eternal happiness. The crew cracked open more bottles amidst raucous cheers. Is this how you raised your daughter? The officiant sneered, microphone amplifying his contempt. Frolicking with another man on her wedding eve? Such refined manners. His words ignited the crowd like a match to gasoline. Whispers metastasized into open condemnation. Slap. My future father-in-law finally snapped from his stupor, striking Ivy across the cheek. You shameless harlot. Ivy cradled her face, tear-streaked mascara creating grotesque trails down her cheeks. Her silence spoke volumes. Mr. Peters scrambled toward me, desperation etching his features. Jake, our family's disgraced you. But before all these guests, his plea died as stilettos hammered across marble flooring. You lying snake. A razor-sharp shriek preceded the arrival of Sophia. Her entourage of bodyguards parted like the Red Sea as she stormed the dais. Ethan blanched. Why is she? I invited your wife. I adjusted his crooked bow tie with mock courtesy. You don't mind, do you, Ethan? His grimace resembled a death rattle. The Louboutin missile struck true, a crimson-soled heel smashing Ethan's forehead. Sophia's follow-up slap echoed through the stunned hall. Living off my trust fund while screwing this, her scornful appraisal swept over Ivy's tear-swollen face. Discount hooker? Sophia raised her manicured hand, pausing to lock eyes with me. I ripped off Ethan's boutonniere and gestured toward the exit. Crack. The slap reverberated like a gunshot. We're done. Sophia turned on her heel, Prada clutch slicing through the crowd. Ethan scrambled on all fours, clinging to her ankle. Please. I'll cut her off. We can. Release me. Sophia's kick connected with his jaw. When he persisted, Security peeled him off like chewing gum from a shoe. It was all her doing. Ethan howled, pointing at the trembling Ivy. The bitch seduced me. The abandoned bride stood statue still under the paparazzi flash of influencer phones. Chatty Squad followers. Meet the home-wrecking gold digger. A live streamer narrated, shoving her lens into Ivy's distorted features. I swirled the dregs of my champagne. There was a time when her single teardrop would have shattered me. Now I drained the glass in one bitter swallow. While pouring drinks, I locked eyes with Ivy. Ethan was dragging her around to explain things to his wife. Say it. Tell her you seduced me first. Ivy remained silent as Ethan forced her head down like he wanted her to kowtow. In that moment of submission, her gaze met mine, endless misery shining through, silently begging for rescue. I raised my glass across the room. To youth. The rest became blurry. 7 or 8 burly guys hauled Ethan into a car. His father-in-law swore a blood oath. If we don't beat the shit out of you today, consider yourself lucky you came preemptively emptied. Ivy ran home sobbing, her dress torn to shreds. The footage went viral across social media and group chats, the scandal of the decade in our small town. Matchmaking agencies would blacklist Ivy for years. Surveying the wreckage, I exhaled deeply. My childhood friends and I relocated to quieter digs for more drinks. Fuck yeah. I slammed my glass down. Haven't felt this alive in ages. Damn right. Chowsy slurred. Haven't thrown punches like that since high school. Got a few kicks in myself during the chaos. He snorted. Dude turned into such a pussy when his wife showed up. What did Ivy even see in him? The festive mood suddenly chilled as multiple friends tugged Chowsy's arm, warning him off sensitive topics. But the drunk idiot plowed ahead. Our Jake here looks. Career. Loyalty miles better than that pretty boy? How could she be so blind? Someone shoved a drink at Chowsy's face. Shut your trap already. The hell I will. He swatted the glass away. Jake's been drowning in female attention since middle school. Remember that Sophia? Had the hots for you forever. Sophia? A tomboyish girl with short hair materialized in my memory. Bullshit. She was my bro. Our twisted fate began in elementary school. Same class every year through high school. Though female, Sophia matched us drink for drink. Shot for shot, no princess complex. We skipped class. Balled out. Hit cyber cafes together. If she'd liked me, I'd have known. Our bond stayed pure mostly. Except that one night junior year. She texted, parents away. Scared alone. Since when are you such a girl? I replied. You shotgun beers like a champ. Ghosts ain't shit. Still scared. I was counting minutes till Dragon Ball's new episode Goku vs. King Piccolo climax. Chug some baijiu. Pass out equals problem solved. Still scared. Hearing her shaky voice, I pedaled like hell through midnight streets. 30 minutes later, I woke her grandma. Sophia's spooked. Needs you. Don't worry, sweetheart. Grandma hugged a stone-faced Sophia at the doorstep. Granny's here. The happiest speechless moment of Sophia's life. I thought I handled that situation pretty smoothly. Not sure why she gave me the cold shoulder for over a month. Oh wait, now that I mention it, there's another memory from high school. Our homeroom teacher picked me for the 1,000-meter race at the school sports meet. I practiced on the track every afternoon to place in the rankings. One day Sophia said she'd train with me. I towered over her by a head. She usually had to half jog to keep up with my walking pace. No way she could run alongside me. I didn't buy it. She insisted, telling me to meet her at the gym that evening. Holy cow. When she showed up wearing a white dress, little leather shoes, and curled hair, I nearly choked. You can't possibly run in that getup. I protested. Sure enough, within a minute she vanished from my rear view. You were so badass. Lapping her 3 times. Slurred Chuck, slumping in his chair. She told us later, you've got the emotional range of an oak tree. I sighed. I realize my mistake now. What mistake? She's a girl wearing a dress, the wind resistance alone. Meanwhile, I had those Asics sneakers. It wasn't a fair fight. I should have let her win. Chuck nearly spit out his whiskey, finger quivering as he pointed. Sophia was right, you're denser than mahogany. All right. Last call. I announced. Everyone grab your Ubers. I herded the drunk brigade outside, telling the last guy, I'm just grabbing leftover takeout for breakfast. You go ahead. Then I slipped back into the private room. The moment the door clicked shut, the ache hit like a tsunami. My carefully maintained facade crumbled. How could it not hurt? 3 whole years. Ivy, did I ever wrong you? How many of those sweet nothings you whispered were real? Ooh, someone's not so tough after all. A familiar voice teased. I looked up to see Sophia leaning against the doorway, waist-length hair catching the dim light. Her cream sweater contrasted with porcelain skin as she bent closer, bringing a whiff of jasmine perfume. The tasteful makeup made me do a double take. Sophia? Points for recognition. She smirked. At least you're not completely heartless. What are you doing here? Chuck said you'd be ugly crying in here. Came for the show. I'm not crying. She reached out, swiping a glistening tear from my cheek with her thumb. Then what's this? Heat flooded my face. Huh. You're blushing. She dissolved into giggles. A grown man getting flustered? Adorable. Her hand extended to help me up, but my alcohol-numbed legs betrayed us both. We collapsed in a heap. Her face inches from mine. I could smell the vanilla gloss on her lips. The air thickened. Sophia's doe eyes locked onto mine, blinking slowly. Your face turned red too. I said, don't look. She covered my eyes with her hand. The phone started ringing. She fished it from my pocket with her free hand. It's your wife calling. Ex-wife. I corrected. Oh, your ex-wife. Want to answer? Decline it. Come on. I want to hear what she has to say. Sophia pressed accept and held the phone to my ear, leaning in until her cheek brushed against mine. Hello? Wah. Ivy's wail pierced through like a shrill whistle. I jerked back. What the hell's wrong with you? Honey, I was wrong. I'm so sorry. She hiccuped between sobs. Please forgive me this once. I'll never do it again. I finally understand how much you mean to me. You're the good man here. The one worth cherishing. Sophia watched me with sparkling eyes, her smirk screaming, let's see you wiggle out of this. I hung up. When Ivy called again, I blocked her number. Then came the tsunami of texts, endless scrolls of "I'm sorry and please forgive me," followed by a video clip. There she stood in my kitchen wearing an apron, surrounded by elaborate dishes. Her father grinned obsequiously at the camera. Jake, it's getting late. When are you coming home? I rolled my eyes hard. Wow, feast fit for kings. Sophia peered over, her hair tickling my neck. I'm kinda hungry now. Let's go eat then. You brave enough? How will you explain us? Her fox-like grin reappeared. We walked past our old high school gates, swapping stories about classmates. Remember the divorced snack shop owners? That grumpy guy who glared when we asked for extra sauce on hot dogs? Caught banging the cafeteria lady. Wild. Whatever happened to Joe who skipped class for CS tournaments? Writing novels now. Gets roasted daily by readers. And Ming? Dude lost 100 pounds. Became a trainer. His biceps could crush watermelons. Sophia shivered as night breeze swept through. When I draped my jacket over her shoulders, she teased, finally learning some manners. You nearly gave me a stroke when you invited my grandma that time. The snack street near campus lay quiet during evening study hours. Those sizzling woks already perfumed the air. Want something? She tugged me forward. Is that old arcade still around? Right where we left it. I pointed at the flickering neon sign. Our laughter echoed down memory lane, past the bubble tea stand where we'd shared first kisses and the alley where we'd hidden from truancy officers. The rhythm of our footsteps synced perfectly, just like 15 years ago when we'd race each other to the bus stop, backpacks slapping against our spines. Sophia waved excitedly at me. Come play a few rounds. I agreed with a laugh. We played Three Kingdoms Warriors. My Zhang Fei character died in the first level, but Sophia's old skills still held up. Using Zhuge Liang, she rescued the infant lord, defeated Yin Liang, captured Meng while not only surviving the entire campaign, but earning 2 extra lives through bonus points. Soon a crowd gathered around our arcade cabinet. Not bad, I said. You're still this good? Of course. Sophia arched an eyebrow cockily. You weren't this terrible before. Back then I spent all day figuring out combos. Haven't touched this in years, judging by your moves. You've been practicing. Still obsessed with Three Kingdoms? She sighed quietly. Did you really think I followed you to arcades just because I liked games? Oh, you had a crush on Zhuge Liang. Get lost. After walking Sophia home, I returned to my apartment near midnight. To my surprise, Ivy's entire family was still there, under the blazing living room lights. Ivy jumped up when I entered. Must be exhausted, she fawned, taking my bag. We waited forever, the food's cold. Let me reheat it. I sneered. Lost your mind? Why are you playing dutiful wife now? The hell are you doing in my place? Ivy glanced at her father. Mr. Peters immediately beamed. Jake, give Ivy a chance to make things right. Young people make mistakes, but she swears it'll never happen again. Ivy nodded like a bobblehead, pressing a folded paper into my palm. What's this? My written pledge. I crumpled it unread. Get out. Now. Ivy burst into tears. I love you so much. Please forgive me this once. I can't live without you. She clung to my arm with surprising strength. My temples were throbbing. This was giving me a migraine. Wow. Party's still going? Sophia reappeared in the doorway holding my jacket. Forgot to return this. Ivy bristled. Who's this slut? None of your business, I said. Sophia gleefully latched onto my other arm. Yeah, Jake. Who is she? She cooed mockingly. Let go. Ivy shoved her. Sophia dramatically clung to my back, chin resting between my shoulder blades. Jake. I'm scared. This lady's so mean, I barely suppressed a laugh. Jake. Ivy snarled. Explain yourself. Not your concern. Not your concern, Sophia parroted. Get lost. I repeated. Get lost, Sophia echoed, sticking out her tongue. Ivy hyperventilated. Since when? How long has this been going on? I just snorted. Sophia unexpectedly changed tactics, planting hands on hips. What? You get to chase your first love? But Jake can't have his? I froze, turning to look at her. Sophia kept her gaze forward, but her ears burned crimson. Bitch. Ivy lunged at her, claws out ready to fight. Big bro. I'm scared. Sophia effortlessly wrapped her arms around my waist. Protect me. I grabbed Ivy's wrist and shoved her toward the door. Haven't you caused enough trouble? I said get out. Tears welled in Ivy's eyes as she gave a bitter laugh. If I walk out that door today, I'm never coming back. You'll regret this. Promise? I slammed the door shut. Not bad skills. Huh. Sophia had already settled at the dining table, ladling soup into a bowl. Want some? No thanks. I waved her off. Drank too much tea earlier. When did you? Big bro. I'm scared. Protect me, I mimicked Sophia's sugary tone. Was that basic enough for you? Ugh. Get out of here. She threw a pretend glare. I just helped you ditch your ex, and you're already roasting me? I raised my soup bowl. Cheers to that. Mid-meal. Sophia dropped her chopsticks. So, tell me about your ex. What's to tell? How you met? Why you dated? The usual. Why? Just curious. I launched into every excruciating detail. Before 10 minutes passed, Sophia shoved her chair back. Enough. You're insufferable. What? By the time I processed her outburst, she was already grabbing her purse. I chased her downstairs. Let me walk you. Don't bother. Why the attitude? What attitude? I'm perfectly fine. She stormed ahead. Seriously not mad? Not. Then I'll head back. Go. Shoo. Problem? She turned when I didn't move. Left my keys inside. Sophia rolled her eyes. Serves you right. Can I crash at your place? In your dreams. The next morning, bathroom noises woke me. Sophia stood at the mirror applying lipstick. Morning. I yawned. Get up. We need to beat the brunch crowd. I checked my phone from the couch. It's 8 a.m. That bakery sells out by 9. You promised me lobster Benedict. Memory flickered last night's drowsy conversation where I'd agreed to every suggestion. Thank God it was just brunch. I didn't sign any indentured servitude contract. Suddenly remembering my bank account had only $200 left after buying the apartment and paying the betrothal gifts. With this month's mortgage payment still looming, I'd hoped to recoup some costs through the wedding. But since it fell through, I refunded all the red envelopes. Checking my balance, now $18 total between WeChat and Alipay. Can't even afford a damn Quora membership. Sweating bullets when my phone rang. Mrs. Peters was calling at this ungodly hour. Jake, where are you? Ivy's in trouble. She wants to see you one last time. My stomach dropped. What the hell are you talking about? She tried to kill herself. Please come. You're the only one she'll talk to. A video followed compilation of Ivy and me set to some corny and cringeworthy soundtrack. When it ended, the apartment felt tomb quiet. Sophia kept applying eyeliner. Having heard everything on speakerphone, Ivy's in trouble. Uh-huh. She wants me there. Uh-huh. Should I go? Her makeup brush faltered momentarily. Still facing away. Why ask me? I'm nobody to you. Sighing, I grabbed my jacket. Wait for me at the diner. I'll be back. By noon, I found Sophia stabbing her noodles like voodoo dolls in the corner booth. Sorry I'm late. She turned her back silently. Mad. Why'd you come? To have lunch with my girlfriend. Who's your? I shoved my phone at her. What's this? Footage from this morning. Wanted you to see there's nothing left between us. I ordered 2 extra dishes as the video played. Ivy perched dramatically on a second-floor windowsill, tearfully demanding, will you only be satisfied if I die? Stop the act. My recorded voice snapped. That's a 6-foot drop at most. You'll maybe break an ankle. And frankly, I continued on screen, wiping my hand with sanitizer after she tried grabbing it. Your funeral would just be an excuse for decent catering. Send back the betrothal gifts and bridal jewelry set by Friday, or I'm filing charges. The real Sophia finally turned, eyes blazing. You told her that? Every damn word. Sliding the check over. I grinned weakly. Mind covering lunch? I'm literally broke until the refund's clear. She stared at the $38.50 total, then burst into laughter so loud other patrons turned. You absolute piece of work. Jake. Told you I'm out of cash. Still giggling. She swiped her card. This better count as our first date. Deal. Oh. And Sophia? Next time you fake suicide. I showed her Ivy's latest text, a middle finger emoji followed by Venmo request for emotional damages. At least pick someone who can afford the drama. Her snort laugh sprayed iced tea across the table. You're insufferable. Takes one to know one. Sophia. We both froze at the accidental familiarity. Her smile softened. Say that again. Sophia. Not that part. Rolling my eyes. I stole her last dumpling. Let's get one thing straight. Sophia. I don't do relationships. I don't do love. I especially don't do rich girls with family issues. She leaned closer. Cherry blossom perfume cutting through the diner's grease smell. And yet here you are. Here I am. I conceded, watching her lips curve in victory. But if you ever pull that windowsill crap, wouldn't dream of it. Her heel traced my calf under the table. I'd just drain your bank account properly. The Venmo notification pinged $38.50 received. Memo line reading, first date you owe me. Shit. I stared at the screen. You actually paid? Relax. She stood, smoothing her skirt. I'll collect interest later. Following her out, I realized 2 things. 1, my shirt now smelled like her perfume. And 2, for the first time since the wedding fiasco, I didn't feel like running. Then my phone buzzed. Ivy. Mom says return the jewelry or she'll sue. P.S. Your new girl's basic. Sophia peeked over my shoulder. Tell the witch I'll triple whatever she's demanding. Snatching my phone, she typed, go to hell. Give me my money back. Sent from Jake's bed. Hey. Problem? She tossed the phone back, eyes glittering with mischief. Should have mentioned I don't share. The Venmo notification came again. $10,000 received. Memo. Retainer for being your fake girlfriend. P.S. Make it real. Jesus. Sophia. Shut up and kiss me. Jake. We did. The diner crowd applauded. Ivy's mom called 17 times. Worth every penny. Uffed. Sophia burst into laughter. You're so bad. Hearing this, she straightened her expression. Humph. I can't be bothered to get angry. She added. 1 more minute late, and we would have been through. I came as soon as I got the transfer cleared. I grinned. We've got our whole lives ahead of us. How could we be through? Smooth talker. After dinner, we went shopping downtown. I'd been here before with Ivy. Look, there's a temple. Sophia grabbed my hand. Let's get fortune sticks. The same temple bustled with visitors. I stood beneath the tree draped with prayer plaques again. Sophia shook her fortune stick with closed eyes, murmuring devoutly, God bless, God bless. I leaned closer. What did you wish for? I'm giving my wish to you. She said, I hope all your dreams come true. My heart melted. walking toward where we'd hung our previous prayer. I reached to take it down only to find it gone. A sudden awareness made me look up at the solemn Buddha statue, gazing down with compassionate eyes. Since the divine gave me a second chance, I won't waste it. I still believe in love. I still have the courage to start over. I pray it's not too late. Holding Sophia's hand, I wrote, I will love her without reservation. Let all the gods bear witness.